What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the EA FC Career Mode. It's episode number 88, returning today, still undefeated with Real Sociedad, top of the table by 2 points clear of Real Madrid and 3 clear of last year's champions Atletico, 9 games into about a quarter of the way through the season. But I'm not going to mention it too much today, because it's never happened before. Can't happen, can it? Well, you never know. Today I'm going to try and get through to December if I can. I'll play match days 3 and 4 in the Champions League. We'll have Barcelona away as well. And hopefully match day 5 of the group as well, away in Germany against Leverkusen. So, yep, loads to get through. And we'll crack straight on. First game on the back of an international break is Girona at home, aiming to stay top and undefeated on match day 10. Vamos Sociedad. I had to think about this when I ended the last episode, by the way. So I noticed that we were undefeated, and I have a question for you guys to start today's episode off as well, and that is, what's the best thing you've ever done in career mode? What's the best season you've ever had, or the best accomplishment you've ever done? I had to think about it, and to be honest, I was kind of in two minds about this, because, I mean, I don't think I've ever won a quadruple before, or the traditional quadruple in the Premier League, I should say. I've won a treble a few times, so I guess you could probably say the treble. Free kick there, please, ref, thank you very much. But I think it would be an individual achievement. You know, the first time I got Ivan Toney to 40 goals, for example, the first ever time I got to a 40-goal season. Possibly the halfway line goal in Nathaniel Klein back in FIFA 14. I think I might have mentioned that 1 or 2 times. But yeah, I was really unsure about what I would consider my best ever achievement in a career season. But what is yours? Let me know in the comment section down below. Yeah, I think just because of how iconic it was, I'd have to say the halfway line goal with Klein. Because I've been trying to do it for so long, and finally I managed to get it to come off. But again, when I first got a player to 40 goals the first time ever in a top league, that was just something special. Because another one of those things, I was like, I don't think I'll ever be able to do that, you know. And I pulled it off on the final day by scoring 4 goals, which made it even more iconic, you know. So I think it probably would be like an individual achievement. It's hard to say a team achievement, because again, I've had a few trebles before, but I don't think I've ever won a traditional quad. That would be a League Cup, FA Cup, Champions League and Premier League as well. Even so, I think that undefeated season that I'm still going in search of is probably going to end in our first game. So I don't think I'll ever be able to pull it off, man. I really don't. I just can't see it happening. I really can't see me ever going 38, or in the case of a Bundesliga season, 34 games without a single loss in the league. I can't see me ever doing that. Why is it always these games as well that end my undefeated season possibility? It's never, you know, Barca away or Real Madrid at home, or in the case of Milan, Juventus away, or Napoli at home. It's always a team you expect to beat, you know. With Milan a couple of years ago, it was Monza. Do you remember? Monza, who to be fair do have a decent team at this point in the day, but even so, we still should have beaten them. And in the end, that was the game that stopped us. This is Girona with a really average team. It's not the size top of the table in real life. This is a really bang average squad. He's going to go for this, I think. Oh. I mean, what can you do about that? I shouldn't have gone with the man running out to charge down, because there was no second man to lay it off to. So that, to be fair, is on me. But even if I'm jumping with the wall there, I'm getting nowhere near that. I mean, that is just absolutely top draw. Look at that. Absolutely top draw. Beats the man coming out. It's very jumped anyway for his nader. And then right in the top corner as well. There is literally no stopping that. It's always these games, isn't it? Zakarian, can he pull the trigger? He can. Good finish. Bent in at the near post. 20 minutes to salvage this. Come on. Still time, but I need the ball. Just can't get it back right now. Every deflection falling straight to Girona. Just need one last chance. Come on, EA gods. Give me one. Here we go. Right. If you don't mind, guys, I'm going to shut up for a sec. Yes! Get in! This is like the... oh, hang on. Oh, straight down the keeper's throat. Literally right in his face. Oh, man. Oh, well, it's a slip-up no matter how you look at it. But from 2-0 down, you've got to be satisfied with a point there. 10 games in, clinging on to an undefeated season. But there's still a long way to go. Right, following game, off to Glasgow. Aiming to make it 3 straight wins in the Champions League group stage, which put a 1 win away from qualifications to knockout stages. Celtic Park and Ibrox finally in the game. Long overdue, EA, but you love to see it. Love coming to a ground, to be fair. So atmospheric. Yeah, I've never actually been inside Celtic Park, though I have been outside it. Been to Ibrox quite a few times. My uncle's a Rangers fan. Sorry, Celtic fans, but if I had to pick one of the two, I'd have to choose Rangers for me Uncle David. but no, to be fair, like just having these two stadiums in the game, as Abdullah drills in the opener early, so important, because Old Firm, one of the greatest football derbies of all time, for all these years having generic stadiums, it just wasn't right. That's Bidstrup on the run, one of the rare real players in this Celtic team. Oh, what a brilliant storming run that was. And the hosts have their level of Mike. He just blitzed past my back clothes. They weren't even there. One thing I've always wondered about Scottish football is why Edinburgh has just never got it sorted. Like, you know, you got Hearts and Hibs in there. You know, regularly you'll see one of the two, or sometimes both, in either the Europa or now I suppose the Conference League. But neither side has actually won the championship since I think the 1950s, 1960s, a long time ago now anyway, obviously. And I've always wondered why. Like, Edinburgh is such a beautiful city, honestly. And I've just always wondered why that neither team, whilst, you know, again, regularly they can be competing for a European place, why they've never actually managed to battle with Celtic and Rangers. The stronghold is just so strong. To be honest, I'd love to do like a Hearts or Hibs career mode at some point, but you know, you often get asked, you know, why don't you manage in this league? Why don't you manage in that league? Why don't you do this sort of career mode? But I hate to say this, but it just is because there's a lack of attention on those leagues, lack of mainstream attention. That's why I tend to stick to the top 5 European leagues, or really top 4 nowadays. Can't remember the last time I did a French career mode either. Anyway, we're on the run here. Cabrera, can we win this late? Offload, Baranexia! Once again, bailed out late. Sociedad escaped Glasgow with a win. Man, did I get away with this one. Really poor performance. Hold my hands up, accepted, but just about snuck away with the 3 points. So the 100% start in the group continues. 3 wins from 3, and I'd say now 1 win will put us in the last 16. Lucky. Very lucky indeed. First to admit it. Right, following game, and this will be a real test to keep our undefeated start to the season alive. Last year's champions, Atletico, away in Madrid. I gotta say, the Metropolitano, probably my 3rd favourite stadium in Spain, behind the top 2, of course, of the Nou Camp and the Bernabeu as well. I'd love to visit one day. Heading to this game here, I've got to say I'm pessimistic. I think our undefeated season might go today. Yeah, it's always quite an interesting moment when like a really big club moves away from their, you know, iconic old ground. And obviously when Atletico moved away from the Vicente Calderon, looking at the Metropolitano, I was like, wow, this is nice. You know, this is really nice. And it kind of gives me the same vibes of when Spurs moved away from White Hart Lane into the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's like, yeah, it's an iconic old ground and stuff, but if the team wants to compete with the biggest of the big in their respective countries, you know, Spurs trying to compete with, I suppose right now you have to say Man City are still top dogs. You know, obviously with Atletico wanting to compete with Barcelona and Real on a more consistent basis, because Real of course won a few La Ligas under the Simeone era. You know, a new stadium like this is a great way to attract some major European talent as well. And as Simeone, speaking of Diego, his son has just won an early penalty. Brought down by Diamande. And I have to say I had no choice but to do that, to be fair, because once Giuliano gets away, he's just going to pull the trigger with the left foot. And from that range there, let's be honest, he's going to find the back of the net on ultimate. So, early chance, and I've given Fuentes one opportunity to bail me out here, but I think I've just given Atletico the lead from this spot kick. No! Come on! Tactical foul! Tactical penalty! But in the end it pays off. I had to do it, man. From that range he was always going to score. And in the end Fuentes bails me out from the spot. That club record signing paying for itself. In fact, kind of think about it, how much bigger is the Metropolitano than Vicente Calderon? Because the Vicente Calderon was one of those stadiums that actually was bigger than it looked, if that makes sense. Spanish football fans, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but El Canus is denying Zakarian's going to be well offside there as he taps it in from about 3 yards. Yeah, Spanish football fans, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the Metropolitano is bigger, but I don't think it's that much bigger, but even so, my goodness. That's one of the clearest offsides you'll ever see. I don't think I need a VAR there. Well, not a great game, all things considered, and there was a knock for Hernandez in the first half as well. I'll show you on the screen if it was any serious injury, but I think it would be a bruise, but if not, I'll let you know. Even so, goal destroyed. To be fair, not a terrible result there against the champions away, but it's a very tight league table right now. We need to go on a winning run to pull away. Yeah, that Fuentes penalty save ensuring we remain undefeated, but not top. Real Madrid 2 points clear right now because 4 draws and 11, simply put, isn't going to cut it if you want to be champions. Let's bounce back here. Following game, Celta Vigo looking for a first win in the league in, I think, 3 attempts. I think. Let's get it done. Fuentes, long kick out, flick back to Fresneda, and whoa, what a hold on. They committed so many men down that flank. Once we're in behind, it's just green space all the way. It's like the British countryside. You love to see it. And Baranexia, who I've given the start to in this game with Carrie Cabarrou dropped for this one, gives us the lead. I said that, like, you know, back in the season opener, like, if Carrie Cabarrou's not doing it for me, Maestro, I don't think at 80 rated I should be going with long term when I need goals and I need to win, but Abdullah is just so good at both hold-up play, link-up play and scoring too, so I can pop in one of the wingers that I've got who are so good, you know, like Van Bommel and Baranexia. Neither of them are starters in this team, whereas in most clubs in European football they would be, so that's a massive luxury there. Knowing that Abdullah can play up top as our CF if need be. El Canus to make it 2. No, how did he miss the target from there? Oh, no. Maldonado's just gone down, and that is going to be a more serious injury than just a bruise for sure. Could already tell as soon as he hit the deck. That's gutting, mate. He's probably my favourite player in this team alongside Abdullah, and as Fuentes pats that shot down, he picks it straight back up, and oh no, has he stayed down? Not sure it'll be 7 months, but at the minimum it's going to be, I'd say 2. That's gutting, mate. I love Maldonado. Gutting. Hayden Hackney into the middle. Celta looking for a leveller. Oof, that was a nice bit of skill. But Fuentes watched it every step of the way. Benitez, not exactly a popular figure right now in Galicia from what I've been reading. Giving instructions on the sideline, still leading by 1. Haven't been convincing recently. I continue to need to grind out results, but as things stand, I'm going to do so. Maestro off the bench though. This could wrap it up here. He's got pace, Maestro. Got to be done. Game will take it. Engels wraps it up, and that will do it. Oh, lovely ball that, and the clean sheet almost gone right at the end there. Fuentes packed it away at the near post. Keepers up, even though we're leading by 2 and not just 1. And Cabrera's just got a knock. Where did that come from? As that misses everyone. And I know what you're thinking. Why not go for it? Because it wouldn't be the same, man. It wouldn't be the same. If it's going to happen, it needs to be catching him out. Not when he's storming back to his line. It wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't be the same. Yeah, I could probably have done it there with Bengals, but it wouldn't be the same. If we're going to do it, it's going to be lobbing him. David Beckham, Neil Sullivan-esque. You know, it's not going to be like that. Even so, we'll take the 3-0 win. Maestro wraps it up. And our first convincing win in quite a while. Needed that. And as for the injuries, there were 2. And Cabrera's was a bruise, but for Maldonado, that'll be a lot more serious. Yep, 2 months, dislocated shoulder for Mario Maldonado. That's gutting, man. I love him. We've got some okay cover, I guess. Engels can fill in there. But that's still a blow, man. I love this guy to pieces. Right, following game, let's keep it rolling. Celtic, match day 4 of the Champions League group stage. Win this and we guarantee a place in the last 16. Let's get it done with minimal fuss. Celtic's team is just regen FC. I think there's only 2 real players in it, I think. As Abdullah down the right, going to try and smack this in far post, puts it just wide of that far post, and it's still goalless. Yeah, I mentioned before, like, we are getting to that stage there now in the save where, like, I think the balance is shifting to regen over real player. You know, I say this a lot, but, like, to me, I think regens and new gens, they make career mode saves what they are, but it does come a point where there's just one too many. Do you know what I mean? And I think we're starting to get to that stage. If we've not got there, we're almost there. Celtic's team, again, I think it's like 9 new gens or regens. I think we're going to be alright. Celtic haven't really given me much of a problem in this one. But I often say it, when you're only leading by 1. Oh, Fuentes, what a save. All it takes is one sensational strike or moment of madness or a little mistake. And that lead is gone. Completely gone. But no, I think we're going to be alright. You've got to defend these final 15 minutes, and that will see qualification wrapped up in the bag. Fuentes, what a save there. And I might need him again as well. Celtic looking for that leveller, and Fuentes again. Club record signing, and he's been worth every single penny. Not just for that penalty save away against Atletico. Got to stay disciplined. Yep, William Calderon, and that will do it. 2 big saves by the Costa Rican, that monster transfer fee paying off once more, and that's it, qualification in the bag with 2 games to go. We still want to lock up top spot. In fact, we might have already done it, but for sure now, it means we can rest our players in the final 2, and that's a massive luxury to have. Let's keep it rolling, going for our 3rd straight win in all competitions, and 4th in 5. Barca away in Catalonia aims to stay top and undefeated. Vamos Sociedad. Barca's team as well, starting to get full of regens and new gens now. And of course, they do have the Bartman up top. The Bartman, you love to see it. As he and Pavel, the Kowalczyk brothers, have both hit their peaks now in the 90s. You love to see that. As we look for an early opener here. Calderon down left-hand side. Oh, what a chance. Got to take this. Got to take this. No. Big block on Abdullah should have been the opener. Starting to slow down a little bit after a red-hot episode in the last one with Abdullah, but he's that good. He's one of those players who at some point he's going to explode back into form, you know. Just like I suppose Salah does on occasion, as Fresneda is denied by Leverkusen. Barca absolutely penned right now. Just need to take advantage of these dead ball situations as Fresneda heads over. Corner, Barca, half an hour in. Dembele's delivery is a dangerous one. El Canoes heads it away. But danger not fully clear. The Bartman, his shot. Oh, that's so unlucky. He just can't do anything about that, man. It's one of the ways that EA have made this year's game a lot more difficult. Deflections, 50-50 duels, tackling, yep, it rarely falls in your favour. And I mean rarely. Once again, a shot that deflects right back to the attacking team. And in the end, from close range, I think it was Larson, gives Barcelona the lead. No, nothing you can do about that. Hold her on. Oh, ref, come on. Soft in my book. Starting to get a little frustrated now, knowing what's at stake. 22 minutes to go. And our undefeated season on the ropes. If Barca get a second, that'll do it. The goal scorer offloads, and the shot comes in. Fuentes keeps us breathing. We battled back from 2-0 down in the episode opener against Girona, but I don't know if we're going to be able to do it again. Barca looking for the kill. Sociedad struggling to get the ball forward. 5 to go, I think it's over, you know. Oh, what a lovely ball for Ferran Torres, but Fresneda read it well. We might get one last chance here. N goes through the gap. Baranexia, Abdullah. Take it yourself, mate. Abdullah. El Canoes. Zakariano, Leverkusen with the save, last chance, fall into the Russian, just didn't keep our composure. This is it, final chance, headed away, and I think that's going to do it. El Canoes! Come on! Get in! Sociedad escape with the point again! The undefeated season remains alive. Oh, mate, that is massive. How much do we spend on El Canoes? 60 mil or 61 million, about that. And with virtually the final kick of the game, just hitting Doxy, fist pumping on the sidelines and behind the microphone, you best believe. If we could pull it off, it would be the greatest career mode achievement I've ever done. An undefeated season. But there's still a long way to go. But despite still being undefeated a third of the way through the season, we're 4 points behind Real Madrid because we slipped up 5 times. They've only slipped up twice. So, yeah, need to return to anyways. Here we'll do a couple more. Getafe at home as we close out November, aiming to close the gap on Ancelotti to Real Madrid. 25 minutes to go. Once again, a game where I've not exactly played very well. And I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Because there's still a long way to go in the season. But let's say hypothetically we did end undefeated but didn't win the title. Oh yes, great finish, John. How would that feel? Because it's like you've not been beaten for the entire season, but you don't win the grand prize. The only thing I can kind of compare it to is when the Warriors went 73-9, greatest regular NBA season ever, but they didn't win the championship. The Cavs ended up winning it. I don't know how I'd feel about that. An undefeated season with Sociedad, my first ever, but not winning La Liga. It would well, put it plainly, it would definitely put a damper on things. And I feel quite embarrassed about even like referencing it, you know? It's not, I mean, it's a good season, but it's just a bizarre way to finish it, you know? Oh, no, Arazo! Makes it 1-1. And Getafe have got their leveller. Do you know what? I have to genuinely entertain this possibility because this is match day 14. Okay, we're not even at the halfway point yet, but we're slipping up a lot, man. We are slipping up a lot. There is a genuine chance that may well happen. Should do it as Ismail Benacer flicks on, and the referee is continuing to let play continue. Really? Shot blocked. And how is this game still going on? What? Surely now. What? Are you serious? Oh, Fuentes, what a save, keeper. How is this game still going on? We're into the 8th minute of stoppage time. Fuentes may have kept us unbeaten. If this goes in, Hater away. Finally, that is mental. Absolutely mental. But we remain undefeated by the skin of our teeth. That's bizarre. What was going on there? So just played the meaningless match day 5 in the Champions League group stage and got a shock 1-0 win against Leverkusen with our backup brigade. Did not expect that to happen, which means we're still perfect in Europe. And following that, Diamande just came to me and said, I'm not happy, I'm not playing enough, I want to get away. And I was like, bro, you've played 13 out of a possible 14 league games. What are you talking about? And granted, he hasn't played any of our games in the Champions League, but that's because I ain't needed him. We've won every single game. How ridiculous is that? EA really need to fix it. Anyway, our final game today will be this one away in Madrid. It's take on Rayo Vallecano at the Estadio de Vallecas. Let's remain undefeated. I don't know, it really annoys me that it's not just me that's got this problem. I know a lot of you guys do as well, but it's like, I could understand if I put him on a crucial squad status. I didn't. He's on important, which is not even the highest one, which means that whilst he expects to start the most amount of games, not every single one, which shock horror is exactly what's happened, mate. And it's like in the Champions League, you can't complain when the team has won without you, you know, because it's been justified. And we've won every game, you know? And in the league, he's only missed one appearance. 1 out of 14. That, to me, is just ridiculous. Like, utterly... I could understand if you only played, like, 6 league games, but it's been 5 months, mate, and you're chirping now for no justification whatsoever. It makes absolutely no sense. Because we're still deadlocked at 0-0 here. And I've got a feeling we're going to slip up again, you know. I just cannot get my form sorted in the league right now. And Jaden Anthony is denied by Fuentes as well. Abdullah brings it back. And pop that into Zakarian. And he'll feed it through the gap. El Canus. Oh, he's on carry cover. We've got to finish. Yes! Clips it in off the post. And Sociedad leave it late once again. But we should be leaving Madrid with the 3 points. Corner, Vallecano. After Calderon made a big block. And this might be the last chance they get. Just got to see this out here. As it's floated into a dangerous area. And Nicholas Jackson heads in the leveller and says, don't celebrate it, we want to win this, man. Great story, Nicholas Jackson, the way he's risen through the ranks to Villarreal and now to Chelsea as well. A real wholesome story, but not necessarily for us because he's just ended. Hang on. Okay, Cabral! What a thriller of a finale! Sociedad will escape! Oh my goodness gracious me, we have just got away with this and then so. It's been a story of the season really, just getting away with it and clinging on to our undefeated campaign as we return to winning ways in the league there as well. Goodness gracious. Yeah, such a wholesome story from playing barefoot in the streets of Senegal about 5 years ago to now scoring for Chelsea in the Premier League. Great story, but thankfully his goal in the end was just a leveller as we escape with a win. And that'll do it for today's episode, guys. So big thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed today's dramatic episode, then please do drop a like. Lots of late goals today. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode. The January transfer window will open, and we might see the conclusion of the Diamande saga as well. Have a great day. Much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon. My goodness, I can't keep getting away with this.